Now, the COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown restrictions have brought the tourism industry to its knees. Now the industry is picking itself up and trying to trade again. With September marking Tourism Month, we have our reporters out in various provinces showing us exactly what our beautiful country has to offer. So in this hour, I'm joined by Khayelihle Khumalo, who is in White River, and Monique Mortlock, who is Pofadder in the Northern Cape. Let's start with you, Khaya. Thank you so much for making time. And MPUMALANGA is a beautiful province with lots to see, Khaya. You are in the town of White River. Is it picking up there? Are people coming out to see the beauty of that province?
Well, undoubtedly, Clement, that's a hope in this particular town. So it's a very magnificent province offering a diverse range of offerings. And joining us now is, of course, a Sabi CEO, Mr. Mthimkhulu. So, sir, it hasn't been a very easy time for the sector looking at tourism. As Sabi, how have you navigated this very unprecedented time?
Okay, good afternoon. I would say from Sabi's point of view, first of all, let me say what a combination. It's a tourism month, it's a heritage month. We also have suffered like anyone else. But from what we have experienced is that we needed to bring some confidence, especially to our guests. So as a result, we have partnered with Discam Pharmacies and Eurolab. And we have decided to roll out a vaccination program, which mainly covers our own employees, lodge employees, security personnel, and anti-poaching unit. But I think most importantly, from our market point of view, is that we have used vaccination, which is really has been approved and supported by US. I mean, if you would show you, some of you might be aware that our market base is mainly international market. So our focus has been really to bring back that confidence so that our guests, when they come and visit us at Sabi, they can really enjoy themselves without getting to worry about, some of the safety and healthy issues.
And are the workers responsive? Because also I do believe some of the people you're catering for are the anti-poachers who are very critical in this sector.
Well, I think I must say we've been overwhelmed by the response that we have received from our employees and lodge employees, because from their point of view, I think it just goes beyond than just the work that they do. I think they are also concerned, like everybody else, about the other people that they serve and the people that are around them. So from that perspective, I think our colleagues have been very responsive in terms of accepting the vaccination.
And what can you say to South Africans as part of promoting the domestic market in the tourism sector to explore their country? I mean, your iconic place is known as one of the largest man-made forests in the world. So surely that's a very incredible place to be.
Sabi is considered as a world-class destination because we offer world-class experience. And I mean, there's no doubt in my mind to say every South African who really understand, who want to know about tourism and experience tourism, especially the big five, there's no question of having that as in his bucket list to come and visit us at Sabi. We've got amazing safari lodges where once you're there before, I mean, you would always guarantee that you would want to come back and have that same experience. So from the local market point of view, we really appreciate they supported us when we had restrictions, and we hope that that is going to be a norm going forward, and we will really encourage them to come and visit us.
And just before I let you go, say in the interest of time, how are you readjusting in making sure that perhaps your prices are friendly for people to go? Because oftentimes the sector, there's always this notion that it's dollarized and the prices are quite excessive. But do you have some nice packages?
No, definitely. Our lodges, they are keen to provide such nice packages to encourage South Africans to come and visit. I can tell you now that those can be arranged with, specific lodges because, we have realized that we want to, our own people to come and visit these destinations. So if really there is a need, we would make a plan to make sure that we offer those.
All right, Mr. Mthimkhulu, thank you so much indeed for your time. So Clement, he's a CEO with Sabi, so they're doing quite a lot of things. You can really see the location where we are. We're not far from there, but it's been a very incredible time crisscrossing this province of MPUMALANGA. It's really fascinating because you have a lot of things to do, and obviously the sector is picking up. It hasn't been a very easy ride for them.
Yeah, indeed. Khayelihle Khumalo in White River, thank you so much for that. Let's go all the way to the Northern Cape, where we find our reporter Monique Mortlock. Monique, the pandemic has affected this tourism industry across the country. How bad has it been in parts of the Northern Cape?
I can tell you that the last time we visited the Northern Cape, which was last year, taking a similar look at different towns here in the province, we were told by the Economic Development MEC at the time that preliminary figures showed that they had lost up to 50 million rand simply due to the lockdown's impact on the tourism sector. And because of this, the government, Northern Cape government, has prioritized tourism in its economic recovery plan by setting up a fund for SMMEs, especially those in the tourism sector, by trying to get these businesses back on its feet, because many towns rely on the tourism sector. A little earlier we visited the Augrabies Falls National Park, which is one of the major attractions here in the Northern Cape. It's internationally known, and even this major attraction hasn't been spared the brunt of the pandemic. And we spoke to the park manager, Angela Isaks, who explained to us just the type of impact they had, but also on the flip side, the increase they've had in the number of domestic visitors to the park.
We really had a bad knock, and I know we're not the only ones, but it was a global trend. But especially at the park, currently we can still feel it, especially now with the flower season in the Namaqualand area, July, August, where we normally also have the spin-off. Currently we have beautiful spin-off of our domestic or South African visitors, almost an increase of 42-43% in our conservation fees for July and August. And unfortunately, for our international visitors, we show a decline of almost 92% on the income coming from conservation fees only.
So, Monique, how have they been promoting their business during COVID-19?
Clement, they've mainly been relying on social media, but also looking at different strategies, especially in attracting that local market, because they've realized that this is now a crucial market that they can't ignore, that they need to rely on heavily to keep the park afloat. Let's take a listen to Angela Isaks explaining some of those strategies.
I think what counts in our advantage was the fact that with the pandemic and with COVID, people almost like wanted to come to areas where it's safe and where their health doesn't be negatively impacted. So when people come out here, they tend to take off their masks. And whenever we reminded them that it's COVID protocols, they're telling us, no, this is a safe area, it's a park, we won't get COVID. So what we did is that we found other avenues like social media. We went on different various avenues just to promote the park under our local visitors, and it definitely spun off.
All right.